Hey, Steps, this is Tortimer the Gray. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Gray version. This was our rival battle. It was an OU rival battle. We just finished Victory Road last week, and then this week we had a rival battle. Potentially the last one of the game. I guess we'll see how that plays out. But we're starting off here against Mac, and Mac doing some work there, taking a little bit of damage, or giving a little bit of damage to River, and then River takes out the Absol there. Anyway, guys, I want to apologize right up the front here. I've had the flu for the last couple of days, pretty much starting Wednesday morning. It's now Friday afternoon, and I've had a flu. I've had a fever of over like 102. It's been bad. And so I was hoping that I'd get better enough to record this without sounding terrible. And I'm gonna try and avoid doing too much coughing or sniffling or whichever during this episode, but it may or may not happen, and I may or may not have the energy to edit it all out, so I just want to throw that out there at the start here, because it's probably going to happen, and I'm sorry about that, but sorry not sorry, I guess, because it's unfortunately the way this thing is, time framed, it's just, that's how it works out. I just don't have any other options, so we're gonna try and get through it, though, without too much trouble. Toadette finishing off the Hitmonchan, which works out pretty nicely there for us, so we're 3-3 right now. And Toadette's going to throw up, I think no, Toadette's coming out, there we go. I was worried about the Ice Shard, I believe that's the one that's priority. And so I switched into Navi there. Navi doing some good damage to Chubbs, max starters, so there we are. Taking a drink of water, alright, and then Navi's going to finish off Chubbs there. So yeah, I appreciate in advance, thank you guys in advance for your understanding with this week's episode. Maybe a little lower quality just because I am sick. Alright, so yeah, Toadette comes in up against the Weavile, and there's that Ice Shard, which I was worried about initially, and is going to finish off Toadette. So Mac leading off this week, first battle of the week, and he kicked our butts. Still had pretty much all of his Weavile and Crocodile remaining. So yeah, thank you so much, Mac, for your battle this week. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other battles to get to, so we're going to jump right into it. But thank you again for your continued support. Here we go, guys. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Battle number 2 up against Codeman, and we both lead off with our Rotom Washes there. He gives us a Choice Scarf, I believe, and with that we're going to switch into Smaug. And Smaug's going to throw up that Drought there, throwing up that Solar Beam at the same time, going to take out Code's Rotom Wash there, so that worked out pretty nicely for us. At that point, the Fire Blast is going to come, hoping to land on the Breloom, but that doesn't work out. Ends up having to go up against the Chansey, and Chanseys are so specially defensive that it's really very difficult for Charizard to do a whole lot of worthwhile, especially when you've got the Soft Boil in place. So I bring Toadette in, who's able to do about half damage there in a single blow, which works out fairly nicely. Seismic Toss doing some good work there as well, but Toadette going to be able to finish off the Chansey without too much trouble there. And then Bolt, the Magnetric, comes in, which ends up being a Mega, and intimidates Blackavar, going to take a Flamethrower there, which does pretty decent damage. And unfortunately for him, Blackavar hangs on with 1 HP there and is able to finish off the Mega Magnetric, so that worked out very nicely for us. Navi comes in on the Weavile there, and is going to throw up the Hyper Voice, which is going to activate the Sash, get Weavile down there. That Ice Shard's going to do pretty good work, but unfortunately for them, Navi's pretty defensive and going to last a little longer than they would have liked. Excuse me. Again, the flu. Whirlpool comes in on Azumarill there. We get the Will-O-Wisp up, so going to be able to negate the Belly Drum a little bit there, although it still has 2 times attack or something, so still dangerous, but we're able to get the Volt Switch off. The critical hit lands. I don't know if that one's necessarily mattered at that point, but River comes in then on the Toadette, going to be able to get off 1 Ice Shard before the Mach Punch comes in and finishes off. And then at that point, Smaug's going to come back in and throw up the Fire Blast there to finish off the Breloom. So thank you so much, Code, for participating this week. I appreciate you putting together a cool team and coming out. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, anyway, we got a lot of battles to get through, so let's jump right into it. Thanks again. Here we go. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Battle number 3 up against David Kahn, and he leads off with his Lion Turtle, which we're able to get the Will-O-Wisp off on, and we take a hard Bullet Seed there, which For Whirlpool, that does pretty decent damage, although I guess, you know, the grass typing there is going to be pretty effective, and the Giga Drain does even more damage, getting some help back for the Lion Turtle. So at that point, Whirlpool's going to come out, Charizard's going to come in, and Smaug's going to take that Giga Drain no problem. And he's going to set up with the Mega Evolution there and throw up the Fire Blast, because again, we were expecting the Torterra there. But the Kipper Flipper stays in, and we hit it with the Solar Beam, so I think David was talking some trash before in last week's episode in the comments, saying his Marsh Stomp was, or Swampert was coming for me, and there we go. So Swampert goes down. I was thinking Toadette would have to handle that, but I forgot about Charizard. I guess I didn't know that last week when I responded to that comment that Charizard was going to still be on the team. I decided kind of last minute to just kind of let it ride. I know that Charizard Smaug didn't have a very good week last week, but I figured for potentially the last week in OU, I guess we'll find out here at the end if we're moving on or not. Yeah, so it's figured we'll just let it go. Charizard has decent coverage, and so I figured I'd bring it along this time, even though last time it didn't work out very well. I figured I just need to play my cards a little bit better, and I should be able to make some utility out of it. Blackavar comes in, able to use that Ice Beam to finish off the Lion Turtle there. Going to be able to finish off the Mega Garchomp as well, and then the Spooky Ghost comes at us, and we're able to Sucker Punch it into Oblivion. So there we go. Alrighty, guys. David Kahn, thank you so much for your battle. I appreciate you coming back week after week. It means a lot to me. And I'm about to cough, and we've got a lot of battles to get through, so let's check out the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. Battle. I don't know what battle number we're on, but it's another battle, and we're up against Rival Epic Big Nick. And he leads off with Mega Diancie there, and I hate this Pokemon so much. One, I mean, you guys know me. I hate event legendaries just in general. I think event Pokemon are pointless and worthless in pretty much every aspect of the word. But the fact that some random event legendary that really nobody knows or cares about also is one that gets a Mega Evolution, I think is stupid. I think the Mega Evolution idea is cool enough. And I'm not ragging on Epic Big Nick here. It's Nick. No disrespect to you. This is. It has nothing to do with you at all. It's just you had Mega Diancie there, which is one of my least favorite Pokemon. I mean, it's cool enough looking. I mean, whatever. But I don't know. I don't like event Pokemon in the first place, and then you know, for one of those to get a legendary, or not a legendary, but a Mega Evolution, when I really feel like Mega Evolutions should have been more for, and feel like in large part were intended to mostly be like a way to revitalize some older Pokemon. I don't know, it just feels stupid that like the one Gen 6 Pokemon that actually gets a Mega Evolution is some stupid event legendary. I don't know. Anyway, enough with that nonsense. We're bringing in Blackavar. Smaug goes down to the Superior. Blackavar is going to come in, throw up that Sludge Wave up against the Gliscor there. It's going to get its Toxic Heal going, but the Ice Beam's going to land and finish it off, so that works out pretty nicely. Leaf Storm comes in and finishes off Blackavar, though, and he's going to go down there to that. Now the 2x attack Contrary Superior is going to be doing some work. Navi barely hangs on, as she's ought to do, and we're able to get the Hyper Voice off, which finishes off the Superior, so that works out fairly nicely for us. But then the Mega Diancie comes in and is going to be able to Diamond Storm our Navi into Oblivion, at which point Whirlpool comes in and throws up the Hydro Pump, but unfortunately is going to miss. And the burn damage is going to finish ticking away while the Diamond Storm finishes off. So Toadette comes in at that point, and we're going to throw up, I think I was hoping to get the Spore going. I don't know why I wouldn't have Mach Punched there, but I think Fairy partially resists fighting. I don't remember the type chart all entirely at the moment, but feverish. Woohoo! But anyway, thank you, Nick, for the battle. Sorry for ranting. I'm not myself. But I just hate legendaries. I don't like, well, yeah, that's a fair statement. Anyway, we got battles to get through. Thank you so much, Nick, for coming back week after week. I appreciate it. You always have fun battles for us. Let's check out the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, guys, here we go up against Rival Shunosaurus, or GBL4 Turtles. And they lead off with the Nidoqueen. I lead off with Whirlpool, as I generally do. And we're able to get the Will-O-Wisp off, but we take hard damage before the Hydro Pump lands and finishes off the Nidoqueen. So that's a little unfortunate. Then we switch Blackavar into Tesla there, and Blackavar takes some hard damage from both the Energy Ball and the Bug Buzz. And we're able to land the Earth Power, but unfortunately Galvantula has a Sash on, so not able to finish it off there as they switch into the Crocodile. At which point Toadette comes in, takes some hard damage for a not very effective move, but is able to land the Bullet Sleeve there and to finish off the Crocodile. So then Yanmega comes in, so Toadette's going to come out, bringing in Smaug at that point. The Air Slash does good damage, real good damage there. And we're going to Mega Evolve, and the Air Slash is going to just barely leave us alive, and the Fire Blast thankfully lands, which is going to finish off the Yanmega. And then this thing, Anorith, or Armaldo. Sorry, I gotta wipe my nose. Armaldo comes in and is going to start wrecking house, finishes off Smaug, finishes off Toadette. At which point River comes in and the Icicle Crash misses, and so River's going to go down to an X-Scissor, so that's unfortunate. Navi comes in at that point, able to use the Hyper Voice and finish off Burgess, so that works out very nicely. And then Tesla comes in, throws up that Thunder. Navi takes that very, very well and is able to finish off the Galvantula with another Hyper Voice. And then Kingdra comes in, Iron Heads Navi, which does hard damage, but going to leave us just alive enough to finish off with a Hyper Voice. So, yeah, thank you so much for your battle this week, Shinosaurus. I appreciate coming up for the rival battle, potentially our final one. So, I greatly appreciate it. And we're going to move on to the next one because I've got to sneeze. So I'll see you guys back in just a second. Okay, so now we're going up against Rival Espresso Cat, and have you guys ever sneezed so hard that, like, it physically hurt you? Like, I feel like I just had a heart attack. My heart just, like, stopped. Oh my gosh. This may be one of the more entertaining episodes of Showdown, I guess, potentially, or Gray version, because I am out of it, and unfortunately, I don't want to make you guys wait another week, but I apologize profusely. Blackavar comes in against the Mega Manectric, is going to be able to force it out, brings in the Azumarill, which is going to take decent damage, and then Blackavar is going to take a hard Aqua Jet there before we throw up the Sludge Wave, finishing off the Azumarill, so that's a fair trade. We'll take Azumarill as opposed to Mega Manectric. Somebody else can probably handle Manectric, so, well, maybe not. I don't remember exactly how the battle goes, but River comes in, going to bring in the Mineshaw. I was going to say, I don't remember what this thing's name is. I've never used it before, and I am feverish. So Mineshaw is going to be able to do some good damage. Navi's going to be coming in on that to spare River instant death, and we throw up the Hyper Voice, which does good damage, especially for being resisted to the Gengar, so that works out very nicely. Smaug's going to come in and take a Clear Smog from the Gengar there, and we're going to Mega Evolve, and the Sucker Punch lands, but doesn't kill, so that works out very nicely, and then it actually goes down to Life Orb damage, I think, so there's that. Smaug then goes down to the Mega Manectric there, and Toadette switches in at that point, gets the Mach Punch going, which gets it just within burn range, so that works out very nicely. Sacrifice Toadette to finish off the Mega, kind of a fair trade, so we'll take it, although probably would have liked to have Toadette around for the Weavile or something, but I think the Weavile is probably faster, so its priority doesn't do it a whole lot of good necessarily. But Navi's able to finish off the Weavile, no trouble. I love the bulk of this little evolution. I'm really going to want to try and get one, maybe when we do Hexaplock Season 6. If we can actually get a Sylveon, that would be really amazing. I like the more bulky defensive evolutions. Umbreon's one of my absolute favorites, and things like that. So Vaporeon's a great one. So, yeah, some of the more defensive evolutions are some of my favorites, although I do love Jolteon and things like that too. Actually, I like most of the evolutions. I really love Leafeon as well. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Whirlpool is going to finish off the Mineshaw there and win the battle for us. So, thank you so much, ECAT, for coming back this week. I appreciate you. You've been a long-time supporter of this series and this channel, so appreciate the continued support. We got 2 more battles left, so let's jump right into them. Don't want to drag you guys out having to listen to my wheezing, coughing voice, so let's jump into the next one, shall we? Here we go. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Second to last battle, and we went up against Nougat, and Toadette throws up the Spore, which is going to put Togekiss to sleep there, and then Phoenix is going to come in, which is going to obviously force Toadette out. The Brave Bird does great damage against Blackavar, and he lands the Sludge Wave, which, critical hit, I honestly couldn't tell you whether or not that one mattered. My guess would be, I mean, those things aren't real defensive, so I don't know. It might have. But Blackavar goes down to the Metagross there. River goes down to a single Bullet Punch, so that's a little disappointing. And then Smaug comes in and is going to throw up the Drought, and then withstand a Zen Headbutt and be able to land the Fire Blast, thankfully, and finish off the Mega Manectric, or Metagross there. Did I say Manectric? Oh, I'm medicated. All right. So Smaug goes down to the Rotom Wash there. Whirlpool's going to come in on the Togekiss, and we're going to Volt Switch on out, doing pretty decent damage to it, especially for as bulky as those things tend to be. At which point Navi comes in, going to take that Air Slash no problem, nice and defensive as I was saying before, and going to be able to land that Hyper Voice. I've got the Choice Scarf on Navi. Somebody asked, I think Nougat might have asked after the battle. And so yeah, I do have Choice Scarf on Navi there, so her hits have a little bit of extra oomph to them there. Sir Spuds is going to be able to do some decent damage to Whirlpool, but not enough to finish it off, and we're going to be able to get it down to the last little bit there. Toadette then switches in, and we're going to Mach Punch Charmu there. And Charmu is going to take that pretty well. And so Toadette's going to come out because I know I need Toadette to hopefully finish off that Cloyster. In fact, Toadette's going to be pretty critical. So expecting that maybe a Dragon move's coming, or just in general, I expect Navi can take whatever Charmu can throw out. So I bring out Navi. She's able to finish off Charmu, not too much trouble, and then going to go down to the Cloyster. At which point we Mach Punch the Cloyster with Toadette there, and that works out pretty nicely. We still got Toadette and Whirlpool in the ringer there, and then we finish off Rotom Wash with another Mach Punch there, making that a day. So there we go. Thank you so much, Nougat, for coming at me. A fun little battle. We always have a good bout, you and I, so I appreciate you coming back week after week. If for anything else, it's just fun to battle. So, yeah, thank you so much. We've got one last one here. Somebody else slipped in yesterday, I believe, so let's get that going, and then we'll call it a day. So here we go, guys. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Final battle of today. We went up against the Admiral Mu Lan, and if I remember correctly, which it's certainly possible that I don't, because, again, feverish and medicated, but I think I get my butt kicked here, if I remember correctly. And Whirlpool comes out. We do get the burn off on the Slurpluff there, which is going to help us withstand its hits for a little bit. And then Blackavar is going to switch in, although that return is going to do hard damage. Thankfully, though, Blackavar survives long enough to get rid of the Slurpuff, so that works out fairly nicely. At which point the Bisharp's going to come in, throws up that knockoff, does hard damage to Whirlpool there. And thankfully we're able to land the Will-O-Wisp, and the Iron Head does literally almost nothing. So that works out fairly nicely. We don't go for the Sucker Punch, though. We're going for the Pain Split, because why not? Let's go for that. And so that works out pretty nicely. For us, we get the Volt Switch going. Gets it down in a decent range for Toadette to be able to come in and throw up the Mach Punch there. So that finishes off the Bisharp. Alright, at that point, the Gliscor comes in and is going to protect. I'm trying to Spore it before the Toxic heal can kick in, which unfortunately we're not able to do. So Whirlpool's going to have to switch in at that point. Whirlpool gets Toxic, Ice Pain Split to get Whirlpool back up a little bit there. And then they're going to throw up the Protect while I try to do the Hydro Pump. The Hydro Pump would have landed, it looks like, but unfortunately the Protect is there, so that's unfortunate. Gliscor is then going to switch out at that point. The Hydro Pump comes in and lands on the Latias, which does almost nothing. And so Whirlpool's going to take a Dragon Pulse there and die to... well, no. That's right. We get the Pain Split off there. And then Whirlpool's going to come out. Navi, obviously immune to the Dragon Pulse there, so able to predict that and bring Navi in. We throw up the Hyper Voice, which is going to be enough to finish off the Gliscor. So Navi, as defensive as she is, she can sure deal it out, too. She's a great little Pokemon. The Hyper Voice does great against the Mega Gardevoir there. Navi able to withstand that Moonblast. Maybe we did get our butt kicked this battle. For some reason I thought Admiral kicked my butt. Maybe not. I only lost a couple of times this week, I guess. Maybe once. Did we lose once at the beginning of the episode? I don't remember. Smaug's going to take that Mach Punch without too much trouble. And then we're going to Mega Evolve here. And obviously the Latias is going to resist the Fire Blast there. It resists all the main three elementals. And so we're just going to try and chip away here. But it starts setting up the Calm Minds and things like that, which is going to make it a little bit difficult. And we throw up the Focus Blast, which is going to miss. And then they oh, no, here they go. Then they start roosting. Does he sweep through me with this thing? I feel like I remember losing this battle. Although I still have got Navi. So I guess we'll see together how it works out, because I honestly forget. Navi is immune, obviously, to the Dragon Pulse. I think they're locked in with the Scarf or something, so the Hyper Voice is able to get it, and then the Toadette, or the Breloom comes in with the Mach Punch there. We throw up the Priority Arch Shard to finish it off with River. And that's the end of the battle. So thank you so much, Admiral Mu Lan, for coming at us this week. A cool, fun team there. Always love getting to see like Slurpluff and things like that in there. That's exciting for me. So, alrighty, guys, that is the final battle for today. Let's take a quick break. Not really. I'm just going to do a cut, and we're going to look at the spreadsheet, and we'll figure out what we're doing next week. So let's do it. Here we go. Alrighty, guys. So here we are with our spreadsheet. We got to figure out what we're doing next week. So let me go over our random number generator here, and let's see. We're going to do 1 through 6. And go, and we get a 5. There we go. Alrighty, well, we got the 5, which we've been rolling a lot of, so that makes some sense, although it's a random number generator, so there's no sense to be made from it. But there we go, guys. So we are officially heading into the Elite Four. Now, what that means for us is, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to be in the Ubers tier, so let's get that highlighted. All right, so now we need to... Now we need to determine what type the Elite Four member is going to be. So, let me go ahead. And we've got to set this 1 through 8. I guess let's do 1 through 17 since 18 isn't really a thing. So let's generate. We got 11, which is Psychic, which we've already done a gym for. So let's generate again. 4, which is Grass. Okay. So the first Elite Four member in the Gray region is a Grass-type trainer. So that's kind of fun. I look forward to seeing what you guys pull together. Put together your best Ubers Grass teams, and I guess I'll see you guys out there this week. I'm really going to have to... I don't think I've got any Uber teams lying around, so it'll be interesting for me to kind of mess around with that. I've got to get some stuff going. I don't even know what is Ubers and what's not or whatever, because I know they even started banning stuff from Ubers now, which is stupid. It's now that's why we have the anything goes tier, I guess. But anyway, guys, so yeah, put together your Grass-type Ubers teams for the first member of the Elite Four, and I will see you guys all starting tomorrow morning for this week's challenge. So if you guys have been watching and you haven't participated, make sure you start doing that, because why not? You can go to Pokemon Showdown. It's a free online battle simulator, and you can find all the details below on how to get going with that. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to register it for anything. You just kind of jump on and go. So super fast and easy. And free and all that kind of jazz. No excuse for not doing it, so feel free to get your stuff together, and all the details for how to get to Showdown and find me once you get there are in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and for suffering through my flu-ridden voice and everything. I apologize again, but I just didn't have any other option. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tor the Grain. You guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.